Hi everyone, welcome to the next video from Rooms of Wonder. Today I thought we would have some fun with this magical looking plant. I think it looks rather cute. Obviously it might not be a magical plant, but you know, it's on our page of magical bits and pieces, so I think it is. That's how I'm going to think of it anyway. So I want to make it look quite jolly and fun. We're going to start with the leaves. I think it sounds a bit silly, but I always think a bluey green looks more magical than an olive green. Why? Who knows? But so that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to start with my deep cobalt green and do the tendrils. Now they're very, very narrow, so I'm not going to attempt to do any sort of shading or anything. I'm just going to get some green down on the paper. Here I've sharpened it quite well so that I can get into these tiny gaps. You need a pencil that you can get to a nice fine point. Prismacolor very thins come to mind. Coals might work, although I do have to sharpen them quite a lot. Staedtlers, a lot of different Staedtler brands are good. In fact, all the Staedtler brands I've tried, the Design Journey Soft, Super Soft, the Ergosoft, the Noris, they would all work really well. So we're just following this tendrils or vines or whatever you might want to call them, stems around and colouring those in. Coming back to doing a few plants is quite nice, it's familiar. Now I'm going to start the leaves in this colour, and I think it sort of makes sense if you've got the stem this colour to start the base. I'm just going to put a bit of this colour in the bottom of each and fade it up, and then we'll grab another colour to finish off those magical leaves. So I've got a plan which may or may not be horrendous. We'll find out. I've seen the colour used before to great beauty, but it doesn't mean to say when I use it it's going to work. We'll have a go in a minute. So what I would do is, if you're doing this, you could do the ends of the leaves in another green. So you could use one of the phthalo greens, the chrome oxide green fiery, I think it's called, emerald green, or even a hooker's green, or a what's the name of it? Yeah, emerald. Did I say emerald? Yeah. You could use those, but we're going to use the cobalt green. What we've just used is the cobalt green, is the deep cobalt green, and this is the cobalt green, so in theory it should work. I've never tried it before, so I'm going to try it. I'm just going to go over every leaf with this and see what happens. And it does look quite bluey, but that's okay. It's a magical plant. I just thought it'd be fun. I'm quite liking it. You may not. Do what you think. If you like this, then do it. If you don't, do a different shade of green. I would probably go for the phthalo green if I was doing the green. It will just blend in nicely. But I'm happy with this, especially as it's a magical plant. Sorry if my hand's in the way. Struggling to keep my hand out of the shot. Now we've got these little magical bits around the plant, and I'm thinking I might do them in this bluey colour. They're quite small, aren't they? And if you've got a glitter pen or a metallic pen, you might fancy doing them in that colour. But I just want it to sort of match in with the plant. and I think if the plant's giving off these magical dots, it would give them off in the colour that it is, wouldn't it? Would it? Now we've got a little bit of soil. I think I'm going to go conventional with my soil and actually grab my dark sepia, which I think is a good mix of brown and grey, which I think is quite good for soil. It's quite dark, but I've not put down too heavy a layer. I just want it like that, because soil is sort of bitty. If it's dry it can look a bit sandy, so I think that texture works. And now we've got our plant pot. Now I had thought we've got stripes going on here, so I'm thinking, do we do a stripy pot or do we ignore the stripes and not? I think we'll do a stripy pot. I decided I quite like that. And I'm thinking maybe we'll do it pink, but we'll go with, yeah, let's go with this and this. So we've got the permanent carmine and the little, the little rose carmine. Okay, that's what I'm thinking. So I'm just sharpening my permanent carmine. This is going to go first, and we're going to do every other stripe in the two colours. So we'll start at the top here. I just wanted this top bit to be quite bold, and then fade towards the middle a little bit so that we can start to give some shape to our pot. If we make it dark on the edges, it helps the pot look more shapely, like it's rounded. A helicopter. There we go. Now I'm wondering whether to just do the saucer in this colour and do the stripes. Yeah. Yep, I've changed my mind slightly, so we're going to do the saucer the same. I've got to sort out some plants for my kitchen. I want my Christmas cactus back on my kitchen windowsill, but the pot it's in doesn't match the kitchen, and I know it sounds a bit silly, but everything else matches in really well. So I have got a pot on another plant, so I'm going to swap them over. Now I'm thinking, got a really thin stripe under here, and then the rest of the pot is striped. I'm not sure what to do with that thin stripe, so I'm going to leave it. I'm going to use this rose carmine to do every other stripe, and I am going to still fade it in the middle like the others, the other one, like that. Yeah, the pot my cactus is in is actually, oops, there, I went wrong then, is actually too small for it anyway, so I'm hoping I can swap it into one that fits. There we go. We don't really want to leave any white. I've made that mistake there. We want to just leave it pale. Now where I went wrong, I'm going to try and erase. This is an eraser pencil. I think I need to use the other end. There we go. And we'll grab our pink carmine, which is this one, another little baby, and we'll do that in between. You can see it's a little bit darker. Still undecided what to do with that stripe there. It takes a while to do them different, and doing them in the same colour would have been a lot quicker, but because it's such a little picture, there's time to spend on it and make it a bit more fun, a few more colours. There we go. Yes, I know, I've got a plan. Hang on. Just got to try and find the pencil that I want. There it is. This is the burnt carmine, so it's a much darker colour, so we use that for the other stripe. And we've got all our carmines in there, our rose, our pink carmine, rose carmine, permanent carmine, burnt carmine. we go. I might actually use that to put a little bit of shadow under there. There we go. Now we've got, what's this? Is that the snail trail? Has Johanna drawn some snail snot, as I call it? Surely she hasn't. And anyway, let's colour our snail. Oh dear. Right, I'm going to do a stripy snail. I know he's only little, but I see these snails when I'm walking along my canal path, and they're brown and yellow striped. I'm going to use the green gold for the yellow because it's quite a dark yellow, and I'll show you. It'll be easy, don't worry. So we'll do a little bit here, a little bit there, like that. There we go. And then we just fill in the gaps with the darker brown. I think I'm going to use the van-Dyck brown, it's very blunt. It's probably not exactly the right colours, but it doesn't matter. So here's your van-Dyck brown. Gosh, it's windy. I just glanced outside. There. Just trying to see what I'm doing. Now with the snail, you can spend time doing shadowing so that where the shell goes around looks a bit darker. I'm just going to do it over with this brown a little bit, but not too much. It's quite small. If I do any more with it, it'll just look a mess. We can't do too much with it. Now, should we do him proper snaily colour? Should we do him warm grey 6? So what I tend to do with the snail is light. Obviously this is quite a dark colour anyway, so although I've said light, it is quite dark. And then a little bit darker at the base. I know he's only small. And just try and fade that up. Obviously under the shell there will be shadow, but I've sort of ignored that. There he is. This, I'm going to colour it in silver. I'm going to make it snail snot. There. Silver. I don't think you can see that. I can't. There we go. I'll be interested to see other people's versions of that and how they've coloured it. Tickles me. But there we go. There is our magical plant. So thank you for watching. I'll be coming back to do more of these very soon. So hoping you have a really lovely day and happy colouring.